Welcome back to the Quantum Peak podcast, the show where we explore how leaders are using AI, automation, and design thinking to drive the next era of digital growth. I'm Preetish, founder of Quantum Peak, where we help tech and service firms use AI to generate leads and automate manual processes. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Latha Kumar, CEO of Zamorins Solutions, a company that's been helping global businesses transform through digital engineering, cloud, and automation. Latha, it's great to have you on the show.
Hey Pratish, thank you for having me. I'm very excited for this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And likewise here. So let's start with your backstory, Latha. You've built Zamorins into a trusted name in digital transformation. How did this journey begin and what's inspired the company's mission?
Sure. So my career in technology started way back 30 plus years back. And when I reached this country, I was a software developer. And I had situations where I really thought that I should be a business owner one time. It is going to happen. And that was my visualization. And the reason being, it was very tough coming from India to settle down here and learn the technology because even though I'm an engineer, at that time, we were not having the technologies as up to the mark then. I started with a mainframe mid-range programming with thousands of lines of code. And in order to get a space for us to work and learn more was limited. So I had to work and learn on the job. And it wasn't easy. So my motto was I should be able to get my company up one day and give opportunity to people to learn and grow. From that, so many years I worked in the corporations, and when I started my own company, uh, something came up. Actually, universe brought that together. My son got hurt in a playground years back, and I had that deep in my mind, something have to be done to have the children safe in the playgrounds. So that time, National Recreation Park Association had a need, and somebody brought that to me, and we worked with them to create the first application that is ParkZapp. And that is currently we are serving in 34 states. So it came up with my own personal story, and the mission is to help the community and help to grow together. Whether it's a developer, whether it's an intern, whether it's the community, even a child going to the playground is very important for us. All of us are equal here.
Yeah, wow, that's really powerful, and the fact that it is grounded in your personal experience, something with your son, and then now that you have taken that forward and you're really giving this back to the community, right? So that something like this doesn't happen again. So that's truly powerful, and it's uplifting the broader society. So that's a great purpose to have.
Thank you.
Cool. Uh, so digital transformation, let's talk about that. So that means something different to everyone. How does Xamarin's define it today, especially in the era of AI and intelligent automation? So how do you look at digital transformation in terms of how it's evolved in 10 years ago versus now?
Digital transformation used to be from paper to cloud. It's not that anymore. It's actually there's an intent. With AI, we are deciding faster, acting earlier, and learning continuously. For example, in ParkZapp, which is our flagship product, our application just don't do the inspection or helping to do the inspection portion of it. There is a predictive analysis. There is a component in order to find what might go wrong in the future. And we'll be able to stop that even before happening. So AI is playing a big role now. And actually, it's not just a tool anymore, it's a partner in decision making.
Yeah, no, that's really powerful. The fact that you are really using AI to uh, do a lot of these high value strategic tasks, and yeah, just gain a lot of productivity gains, right, and efficiency. So I think that's great, that you're looking to not just as a just a co-pilot or a support engine, but really bringing it front and center to your whole ecosystem. Cool, very cool. uh, let's talk about automation. So you've helped clients digitize and modernize for years. What's changing now that AI and automation are part of the conversation?
It's all about scaling, right? Scaling a business. Scaling a business is not chaos, it's bringing more clarity. So if you are very clear in your goals, sometimes clients may not be. It's our duty as a software developer or as a company to guide them in the right direction. So we actually do concentrate on repeatability. At the same time, we will not compromise the quality of custom outfit. So someone comes to us with a project, we really take interest to understand what they're doing and get all the requirements nailed out. Probably what they are thinking in that project may not be exactly what they want in their business. That may be a thought process. It may not be having full clarity. We dive into more details and figure out and bring them more clear vision, first of all. It happened many, many times. And everything is AI. AI is going to do it. That's not what it is. AI is just a tool and it helps to repeat. But the real creation comes from human beings. So we have a modular approach, and what we do is when we repeat the processes, but at the same time, we will not compromise, as I mentioned, any of our custom delivery. So bringing tested ideas from the safety tech into real life world, that's what we do. So AI, it does it helps to reduce the time and help the repeated process into one workflow. When we have a specified workflow automation, you don't have to repeatedly do, we have to just do the workflow. That's it. That saves time. So that's what we are doing actually.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely makes sense. How are you leveraging data, let's say, to trigger actions, and how do your clients think about leveraging AI to act on the data and get a much more deeper insight into their business or their operating efficiency?
So for artificial intelligence, it's all about data. Without having data, we won't be able to do the AI. Especially, I worked a lot in the bigger companies and helping in projects and products, not only in my own products, in outside too. For example, in the real estate world, I'll give you an example of a project which I worked on to give you an idea how much data has importance. If you are working in a company where there is application process involved in getting a loan approved, we all have home loans and we all have some people who have commercial loans. How is this getting processed, and how is a company trying to find how they can niche certain market? So there will be lots of data collected from the past, what they have. And then there's predictive modeling in that they'll be able to follow within 30 days how many applications are going to move forward, how many of them are going to withdraw. That is just an example. So data plays a bigger role. If there is not enough data, we have to find ways to find those samples in order to get started. So data plays a very critical role in doing any predictive analysis, and predictive analysis is the one going to help you to find the future.
Yeah, no, spot on, right? And I mean, that's been a big focus for us also at Quantum Peak, really helping firms turn everyday data into automated actions. for growth, and that could be like in lead generation, in client onboarding, internal ops. So, whichever vector you want to index on, but really it's about, getting actionable insights and having AI surface that so that, you are on top of, the whole workflow.
So I have a question for you about quantum leaps and in a company what you're doing. So Preetish, suppose one company doesn't have enough data. It is a startup company. They have some leads, but they wanted to grow. Suppose if they approach you, what's the path you take in order to get that workflow and have a predictive analysis for them to have a good future? Do you have any approach or any framework you're using?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, at Quantum Peak, we help cloud and IT managed service providers scale faster and smarter. So, we leverage a lot of, growth engines, which is AI powered, right? So on the lead generation side, we have outbound email and LinkedIn campaigns that deliver like 3 to 5x more qualified leads. There is, GTM strategy and positioning. There is sales enablement, where we're doing appointment setting, pipeline management, live sales support. And then along with that, we also have, of course, AI automation, where we're cutting a lot of these manual workflows by up to 70%. So freeing up time that is spent in busy work so that you can invest that into more strategic activities. So, I mean, the whole system is around, how do I clients get more high quality, pre-vetted leads, which is tied to their ICP that they are targeting, so that they are able to get a very predictable sort of revenue growth and pipeline without the overhead of building out a full in-house sales and marketing team. So that's really where we come in, and we can help companies, take that next step function without having to, invest a lot of resources internally. Because, I mean, as you know, like there's already existing work that needs to be delivered to clients, but then, you want to be very, judicious about how you're investing resources into fulfilling current demand, but also having a very, solid line of sight into what the growth trajectory is going to be over the next 6 to 12 months. So I think that's where we come in and get differentiated. And we're super excited to work with, leading MSPs such as yourself. And enable, your transformation from really a service provider to an intelligence provider, because I think that's where the key difference lies. It's not just about managing assets and infrastructure. It's really about providing that layer of intelligence to your end customers through the solutions that you're delivering.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, thanks for that. Sort of segue. So let me get into more of the delivery side, right? So Zamorins handles complex projects across industries. So how do you really maintain quality and delivery speed as you scale? Because it's always a competing, priority and trade-offs to consider.
This is a very, very good question. So I have a very good answer how we do this, okay? As I mentioned, we do the scaling in iterative approach. For example, from the beginning, if you have a product, right now we have ParkZapp, we are implementing ReportsZapp, that is for the Amazon sellers. So what we are doing is, everything is based on pain point of a customer. We just don't build applications because you would like to do, and we thought it might be good. No. When somebody comes to us and say that this is a pain point, can you solve? We'll think through that. We'll discuss with many others who are in the same industry. Then we'll bring them along with the first day we start building. Right from the design phase, potential customers and partners are involved with us, and we'll have discussions, and we'll build step by step. So by the time from beginning to finish, we have a solid product. We may not have everything, but at least a minimum viable product which the market is requiring. And once that happens, it's very easy. So the product is good, it sells for itself. So it's co-creating with the potential buyers or partners. That's what we do. And we just don't do something from beginning to end, finish it, then go to the market. No, that's not our strategy. So that is really helping. And in first product in ParkZapp, that's what we did. Right from the beginning, we had 5 initial adopters. They're still with us in our product. And we evolved. In the last 10 years, we evolved a lot. It's one of the best product because not just because we are owning it, that's what our customers say. They love us.
Yeah. No, that's a great approach, right? The whole building together with your potential customer, and so that they are able to deliver the right solution to the market, and also this iterative validation where you are continuously looking to refine based on the feedback, so that you are not off the pulse of the market, right? It's not like you build something and then you're trying to push, but you're constantly getting that feedback and iterating. So yeah, that's an awesome way to really build right.
And also to add that, Preetish, because technology is changing almost every day. If we are not keeping up, 10 years in the market, what we needed is not what they need now. So if we don't keep up with the market, we are not giving justice to our customers. We have to give the latest technology, the latest trends, at the same time, what is more useful for them to resolve their pain point. So the customer is your best partner. And whatever they are asking, we always ask for the feedback. Instead of asking how much good we are doing, in our company, our focus is how can we do better. That approach always helps.
Yeah, no, absolutely, spot on. Yeah. And yeah, AI and automation can really also play a big role here. So are you experimenting with AI, let's say, in terms of managing client pipelines, to automating QA reporting, sales follow-ups? Are there areas that you have experimented internally?
Yes. So this is always a talk about AI replacing people, right? It's a big talk. In our company, it's not that. As a business owner and a leader, I was an employee at a time, and I can understand the feelings of others. And their job getting replaced, that's not the right thing for any employer or any leader to think about. How can we make them more upskilled? So I made a conscious decision. Everybody in my company is right now going through an AI automation training and a certification. Everyone, starting from me till the intern who's working for us, everyone in the organization. It's a certification program. All of us are going and learning that. And at the end of the curriculum, we should be having at least 2 workflows created for us. For example, it will be work for the contract and building and things like that. For a developer, there may be other things what he's doing. So all of us will be having our workflows created and tested out. By that, every workflow, every work what we are doing in our company is going to be an AI automation. What it will do, it'll help everyone in the company to feel more safer and provide much more in the time they're working, and also get more projects. So we'll be able to take any AI automation products. All of us are qualified now. Not only one person. We don't have to dedicate one person or find somebody else to do that. All of us know what we are doing. We learn. So we are software developers basically. So we know how to code. So automation couldn't be that hard. And if any other client wants to learn too, we'll be able to help. That doesn't mean that we may need other people to help. Preetish, if you have got some skills, if you are going to have some help for our company, definitely we are going to partner with you too.
Yeah.
It's co-creation, it's growth together.
Yes. No, totally echo that.
And I have a question for you, Preetish. So in Quantum Leap, what are your goals for a small business company like mine? What are you thinking about? And how are you planning to help companies like mine?
Yeah, so we have two different sort of strategic initiatives or thrusts. So one would be again on getting a very robust pipeline in terms of sales and qualified leads, making sure that the leads that are coming in to actually grow the business, they are going through a very solid set of criteria, and they're passing through multiple gates before they're getting funneled to the last stage, right? So making sure that that aspect is really buttoned up. And we have plays both in cold email outreach, as well as LinkedIn automation playbooks, right, where we're making sure that we're going after the high value ICP defined prospects. So yeah, this eliminates a whole bunch of manual prospecting, inconsistent pipelines, the need to leverage just referrals, because that's typically how you kind of grow your sort of pipeline. But again, it's not something that is like a framework. So it's inconsistent. Some months you may get more leads, some months you may not. And again, the quality of those leads can be really a mixed bag. So this is where we come in, where we're using AI automation to really surface the top 10% candidates within that ICP. So that's one aspect. And then the other aspect is around process automation. And again, that's a very vast topic, but we do a lot of things, right from let's say RFP automation to social media content posting, then inbound lead routing, uh, any sort of proposal and contract automation. And then on the administrative side, we have like ticket and task synchronization, client onboarding, invoicing, payment automation. I mean, a lot of these tasks are repetitive, manual, and they are ripe that you put an automation workflow around it, and then you don't have to worry about this busy work, because it's just part of the normal day-to-day operations. Another thing could be employee onboarding. So making sure that the automation is set up, that they have all of these different accounts getting set up, and the payroll connections and all of that is getting synchronized. So these are sort of two different thrusts that we have, and depending on where the need is greater, like we would go after, let's say that particular pillar, and then go from there. Um, so that's where we want to come in, and we want to accelerate this transformation, because I mean all of these workflows are already pre-built into existing N8N workflows. So it's really about just integrating with your tech stack, and we can be very fast in terms of deploying this. So that's the value where you're accelerating this transformation. And yeah, a lot of low-hanging fruit you can address very quickly using some of these pre-curated workflows.
Wow, that's a new information for me. Thank you. So I did not know, even though we are in the process of learning more about N8N, I didn't know these workflows are already generated and created in N8N we can use. It's like a global variable, long time back. That's the way, and we are just pulling it
Yes.
right from the code. So it's already
Yes.
existing. We have to go and grab them and fine tune them. Correct?
Yes. 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 And I mean that's where again the deployment comes in, where yeah you have to build that synergy with the existing tech stack and make sure that there is compatibility. But yeah, a lot of these tools and workflows are broad based, right? They're built on platform approach. So yeah, there's no sort of tie-in or lock-in. There's a lot of configurability. So it's something that you can really customize based on your use case, your requirements, your tech stack, what your customers want to see, if that's something that you want to reposition to them. So yeah, there's a lot of customizability there.
Basically, JavaScript, I think they're using, correct, in a native?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a no code, low code,
No code.
but at the same time, yeah, that's under the hood. So it makes it relatively easy and configurable. But yeah, you still have to ensure that your definitions and your trigger actions are set up in the correct manner, so that that workflow is realizing the maximum benefit.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, no, cool. Great to touch upon that. And then, so kind of like last sort of topics is more around the future outlook of the industry. So looking ahead, like how do you see Xamarin Solutions evolving over the next 6 to 12 months, especially as AI continues to reshape what's possible in digital services? And then if you were to solve one major challenge today, what would be on top of the list? And I could give you three options. One would be, let's say, making more money, saving time, or leveraging AI to drive more efficiency within the business. So let's say these are the three options. What would you peg as the highest impact?
Absolutely efficiency by reducing time. That is actually a combination. Money is there and money comes.
Yeah.
And I'm never a person who chased money. Always it came. For me to live comfortably, and also the people with me people have been with me for a long time, who is working with me, they all love the environment and we grow together. So the thing is, it's not about us, it's about others. A lot of time, mainly in the community. For the one product, already we are established, as I mentioned. So for ParkZapp, the second one I'm bringing is for selling in Amazon. Any seller in Amazon, in order to get them a proper analytics and report, that came to me. One of my, alumni from Goldman Sachs was selling in Amazon, and he mentioned on a Monday morning what he's going through. 4 hours of his time he had to spend to get the proper analytics and report.
Yeah.
That hit core to me. I took it as an initiative, worked with Amazon. We are in the last stage for implementation. As you know, with Amazon, it takes a lot of time for us to get anything implemented. Once that is there, same process. I'm going to have Amazon sellers on my side to decide how I can evolve, how I can help the community and co-create things together. The last one is actually safety application, which is also in the build now. That is for safety for manufacturing, construction, energy, all these areas integrating OSHA. Many of the accidents we can actually reduce. I don't think 100% elimination is possible because there are a lot of things involved, but reduce considerably the accidents, the safety and compliance in a workplace. These are very crucial, core to the heart for everyone. And that's what we are planning to. So that is actually an important aspect in helping the community, correct? So the efficiency in doing all these AI plays a big role. Big role. So we didn't start with AI. Recently, AI evolution came. So as we are a technology company, we are evolving with the latest, always latest. And that is important to give the best to everyone in the community, not go back to the old technology, not under the scare that, people lose their job, as I mentioned. Everybody is equally important, and we have to make them efficient to use the AI instead of getting scared of that. That's where we are.
Yeah, no, that's a great, vision statement, and the fact that you're rallying the whole company's culture to sort of fit that mental model. I think that's amazing. That you're looking at AI as an augmentation engine, not a replacement engine. So that's exactly how, yeah, the whole industry needs to be thinking about AI and automation. So that's
Thank you,
perfect.
Preetish. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Latha, it's been an inspiring conversation. I loved how Zamorins, blends engineering excellence, the innovation at scale, and yet be, grounded in some of these, socially relevant like causes and initiatives. And so, it's an amazing amalgamation of, all of these three things. So, yeah, it's just great work. And for listeners, who want to learn more about your work or connect with you, where's the best place to find you? Like LinkedIn or a website that you would want to redirect folks to?
Yes, for LinkedIn, actually, I'm very much in LinkedIn. My name is Latha Kumar. And if you search for me, I'm located in Des Moines, Iowa. And the name of our company is Zamorins Solutions. You can also reach out the contact form www.zamorinsTech.com. We do have a contact form. You can reach me or my email, latha@zamorinsTech.com. And it is in my bio, in my LinkedIn. You can all get there. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you can go to my website and get me there too. And also, Preetish, I really enjoyed this discussion. And especially you are doing this podcast with people in technology to make the world know exactly about AI and the current worry about people. I think these discussions will help for people to learn. It's a learning opportunity, and learning is very important. As a takeaway from this conversation, this is what I want to state to anyone who is listening. You need to have the interest to learn every day, at least some time. In my calendar, 30 minutes for learning. If you don't have that aptitude, especially if you are running a company or doing any type of business, if you are not able to learn, we cannot grow. And there has to be, there may be different situations happening in your life. For everything we are learning from that. On the top of that, set aside something new to learn from others. There's a lot of things to learn from others, even in your own industry. Instead of finding them as a competition, try to make them an ally. And there may be things you can learn from each other and support each other. That's my parting words.
Yeah, no, that's super amazing advice, Latha. I think, yeah, everybody will benefit from that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and again, thanks again, Latha, for joining us. I think it was a great conversation. Folks will get a lot out of it. And then, yeah, I will make sure to include all your references, LinkedIn, the company website in the show notes, so that people have a link that they can directly navigate to. And then for our listeners, if you're exploring how AI can help you scale leads, automate workflows, boost delivery efficiency, yeah, do check us out at quantumpeakai.com. That's the website. And until next time, stay curious and keep pushing the edge. All
Thank you,
right. Take
Preeti.
care. Yeah. Thanks, Latha. We'll see you all on the next one. Bye.